Welcome back, Twitch. My name is Memo. I'm a senior technical evangelist on the developer relations team, and I'm here with one of the most exciting guests for me today. We're going to talk about a brand new launch that Werner talked about in the keynote a little bit more in depth, so I'll let him introduce himself.
Thank you very much, Memo. My name is Schwam. I lead marketing for the AWS developer tools, so things like CDK that you just heard about, code pipeline, code build, some of the IDE toolkits, but also the Amazon Builders Library, which we just launched in Werner's keynote.
Yeah, and we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but if you weren't watching, what the Amazon Builders Library is a growing library of content for you, our customers, and for everyone that wants to learn a little bit more about how we do things at Amazon, but I'll let you talk about it a little bit more in depth.
No, yeah, you're exactly right. It's really the inside, under the hood look at how Amazon develops, engineers, architects, operates, delivers software to our customers. So things like DevOps and shuffle sharding for availability and fallbacks and retries and jitter and all those really fun technical content that we're always hearing about.
And that's one of the main questions we get when we're out on the road on the evangelism team is like, how do you do it? Tell us a little bit more about it. So I'd love to hear where this project got started.
Yeah, sure. So customers are just always asking us, how does Amazon do this? Particularly DevOps is one of the biggest questions. How does Amazon do DevOps? How do you architect for availability and reliability, and how do you scale? And then also looking at our reInvent presentations, as in marketing I get to see, and some of our most popular content by far is how we do things. And since customers are asking for it, that's the very typical approach, we decided we wanted to launch this library. We actually started with some of our internal articles that our principal engineers and our senior principal engineers had developed for internal use. So as people were coming into Amazon for the first time and they're trying to understand the way we develop software and distributed systems, these are some of the guides that we give them. And so we took a lot of those and we added a bunch more to it and decided to try and bring those out to customers.
Yeah, and Colm will be here later to talk a little bit about some of the content he created, but can you let us know who is a principal engineer or a senior principal engineer at Amazon? What do they do, and why did we go to them to create this content?
Yeah, so a senior principal engineer or a distinguished engineer or principal engineer, those are our highest, most senior engineers, often that have been here for many years. Some of them are quite well known, either on Twitter or just from the things that they have created. So Cole McCartick's a great example. He's very involved in the Amazon Builders Library, has a very active Twitter presence, and a lot of people are always loving what he tweets. David Janacek's another who is very involved in this, who I think you're all going to like their content.
I'm sure I had a chance to look at the content a little bit earlier than anyone else, and I'm sure you're going to love it. It's really, really good. One of the things that I love the most about it, it's some of these concepts, there's very academic papers that have been written about, but this is actual real life. So I'm super excited to get more of this content out. It's a living library. It's going to continue to grow. So keep your eye out there on the Amazon's Builder Library. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, and we'll be back in a second, back on the main stage. Keep it right here, Twitch.